Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and today we're going to take a look at the DC Universe Young Justice Aqualad from the 6-inch series, and this is released in June of 2011 as part of, obviously, the toy series release for the Young Justice cartoon that was on Cartoon Network before they canceled it. But yeah, this is a really cool figure. Actually, the whole line is actually really cool, and I regret not having picked them up sooner, or picked. I mean, I've now picked up Aqualad and Artemis because they were super cheap on Amazon, and they needed something to get me up to some free Super Saver shipping when I bought my DC Comics Unlimited Aquaman, and so I grabbed them thinking. They're super cheap. They come with cool accessories. I can even if I don't want to keep the figures for collecting's sake, I can use them for customs later. But yeah, they're definitely really cool, and it's a shame that some of the other characters have gone up in price so much. But I'm gonna keep a lookout now because they're nice to have. So yeah, let me show you the box first. It's kind of big, so I'm just not really I'm gonna try to kind of do little chunks of it because I don't want to move the figure back there. But it's got the bottom says Young Justice Aqualad, and it's just a big piece, and it's highly articulated figure. It includes sculpted diorama and 7 weapons, and we've got it says DC Universe at the top. The sides have some nice artwork from the cartoon of various characters, depending on the side you're looking at. And then the back, you have a read-up about the character. You can pause that and read it if you like. You have a shot of him from the cartoon. And then you have, on the bottom, some of the other figures in the wave. Robin, Artemis, Aqualad, and then the 2 packs and that are 4-inch figures. So, nice big package there. And, yeah, we'll take a look at the figure now. So, let's see. He comes with, as it said, 7 weapons. It's not, I guess what they count, you have 5 here. And they're all really cool, like soft rubbery, like, yeah, they're all soft rubber in this clear translucent aqua blue color. It's really cool because obviously they're supposed to be water weapons. So you have like a mace, really cool. You have 2 different swords, an axe, and a hammer. So yeah, they're really cool. And you know, like, you could really, if you wanted to repurpose these, you could use them as Blue Lantern weapons also, if you have a Blue Lantern figures that need some sort of constructs. But so that's 5, and I guess what they're doing is counting his water bearers as 6 and 7, or 6, the water bearers are 6, and then this diorama piece is 7. But yeah, he has his water bearers that are just these little plastic pieces that he can hold in his hand. Obviously, I had that, and he was coming, that's how I posed him. And then they peg into the little pack on his back, so he can, so there's 2 of them, obviously, so I guess that's 6 and 7. And he can, you can keep him in there, have him holding them, etc. Now, what I think is a little bit interesting is that I'm surprised they didn't make his weapons peg into the water bearer. Like, I'm surprised they didn't make them have like open bottoms that you can clip this into to make it look like the weapons were coming out of his water bearers, because I mean, that's really how he's portrayed, I believe. That anything that he's really controlling comes with, he has to use his water bearers to do it. So I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but they're definitely cool weapons nonetheless. And maybe I'm just not remembering that correctly, so who knows. But the diorama piece is really cool as well. It has like this canister It's, you know, it doesn't, it's just plastic. This whole thing's plastic, and then this is it's like canister that has a turning wheel that you can turn that actually moves, and then obviously it's spurting out this giant stream of water that moves. It twists around, and so you can pose him, you can pose it however you want, and like I had him posed with the water bearer holding up to it, you know, whatever. So that's a really cool diorama piece. And that's each of the characters from the wave come with a different diorama piece, and they're all really cool. And this is for retail price of like 15, 16 bucks when they came out, and any that you still find in stores. I picked up Aqualad for I think like 9 bucks on Amazon, free shipping once I bundled him with some other things. And I think I got Artemis for 10 bucks. So yeah, if you haven't picked up either of those two, definitely grab them from Amazon while they're cheap. Unfortunately, the others from the series tend to go from pricier now. Like Robin, I've seen upwards of 30, 40 bucks, and some of the others as well. So, but I would love to pick them up. And it's funny because these figures will go, just the figure themselves will go for like 10 bucks loose on eBay. Meanwhile, you know, I just paid less than that and I got the whole thing with the diorama pieces and stuff. And you know, sometimes you think buying a figure loose you're gonna get it cheaper, and sometimes you do, but when they come with this many accessories and diorama pieces that look cool and stuff, it's kind of worth the extra few bucks to try and find them, you know, at cost at least, and pick them up in the package. So yes, those are his accessories and stuff. So I think that, you know, pretty much covers that. So I'm gonna go look at the actual figure now, which is also really cool. I'm not a big fan of figures based off of cartoons. I do prefer comic looks, but, you know, if I get all of them together and I make like a Young Justice display, that's fine with me. I don't mind that because, you know, Young Justice was a great show. I'm not done watching it yet, so don't spoil anything for me. But yeah, even though I haven't finished the show, I still wish they hadn't canceled it, because I know that once I do, I'm gonna really be sad that they haven't continued it. But anyway, but you know, even if you ignore the head, this is just a typical sort of DCUC body, so it could be used for customs. You know, you take off the backpack, it could be used for customs, or you could swap out the head with the DC Direct Aqualad and make a comic accurate Kaldur'ahm. So, you know, it's a really nice figure, and for what it is, for a a cartoon series figure, that's what he looks great. He looks like the character from the show. So, yeah, I mean, it's great. It looks great. So the head sculpt looks really good. It looks like him. His blonde hair. He's got a little bit of a paint smudge on his forehead, but no biggie. He's got really nice green eyes. The gills on his neck are just painted on, which I don't think... Box art here. Yeah, those are supposed to be part of his skin. So, yeah, I mean, they could have, like, etched them in and it would have looked more realistic, but, you know, at least they have that detail. And because it is a cartoon character, I guess, you know, that's kind of acceptable. Like, it looks like it should be that way. But he's got his tattoos painted on. Look really good. They are, I mean, they're obviously painted blue, and they're not always blue. When they're only blue when, you know, he's using his powers. But I kind of like that they're painted blue. You know, it's just. Because, you know, especially if you're going to end up posing him with his weapons or something, then obviously he would be blue, so that makes sense. So I like that. His shirt is just painted on. It's not, he doesn't have any sculpting around the edges of the collar or anything. It's just paint. Lines are painted, and they only match up if the abs are just the right way. The backpack, though, is sculpted really nicely. You can see some lines etched in, and some lines are painted on. And again, these clip in and out, so that's really cool, and they've got nice detail as well on the handles. So that's just really neat overall, and sorry for saying so much. He's got fins on the back of his legs like any Aquaman or Aqualad would, but these are, I notice, a little bit like thinner, or yeah, I guess just thinner than Aquaman's, but they still feel sturdy and they look good. And he's got bare feet, which is really cool. Not many DC figures, not many action figures have bare feet, period, I guess. So if you ever need to do a custom with bare feet, look to Aqualad. But he's got a space between his toes. He's got 2 peg holes and some little info on the bottom of his foot. And he's also got a bunch of Mattel and DC Comics info etched into his back. But yeah, oh, and the belt, of course, which I didn't note, but that looks really good as well. So overall, he's a really good-looking figure, especially for what he is as a comic book figure. You know, he looks like the character from the did I say comic? Cartoon character? Sorry. He looks like his cartoon counterpart. And especially with all the accessories and things he comes with, he's a really awesome figure to have, and I'm really happy about that. I will probably keep this one no matter what, even if I don't manage to pick up the rest of the characters. You know, I may pick up a couple extras on Amazon just to have for customs of him and Artemis, because they're so cheap, and then extra diorama pieces or something, I don't know. But I do want to do a size comparison with Aquaman just because they are, you know, the kind of man-boy counterparts. And I think it's a really good comparison. If you look at him, I'm going to also pull in we'll pull in Beast Boy. This is like your typical kind of DC Universe Classics teenager build that they had going a while back, and he's much smaller. So if you look at him in front of Aqualad, in front of, you know, DC Universe Classics, and Aqualad should be a little bigger. He's one of the taller characters in the cartoon, and like he's much taller than Robin. But it's also nice to I mean, you can look at Aqualad and Aquaman and see they have a nice size against each other. You know, he's definitely smaller, but he's not too small like Beast Boy and some people think is too small. So they're doing a really nice job with the builds, though. You know, it's kind of a matter of I would like to get the Robin figure from this series to see what he looks like next to Aqualad. I'm not sure if he's shorter, but he should be. So I'll be looking forward to picking that up if I ever get the chance to compare. But yeah, it's just nice to look at them together like that and see how Mattel's coming along with their teenager builds and how this looks up next to Aquaman. And overall, I think he's a really nice figure with some great accessories. You can use them for, you know, him. You can use him for, I think unfortunately, the DC Direct Aqualad from the Brightest Days series doesn't have open hands, so he can't hold these unless I were to rubber band them on or something. But if you have a Blue Lantern Flash or Saint Walker or someone, you want to give them a construct, you could do that. Or even if you have, I guess you could, you know, if you buy some clear green paint and paint over these with that and make Green Lantern constructs out of them. So, if I ever pick up a second Aqualad for customs, I guess I could try that. But anyway, yeah, so great diorama pieces, great accessories. Definitely recommend picking up. I mean, I haven't even seen all these Young Justice 6-inch figures yet, but I'm sure they're all awesome, and I definitely recommend picking up any of them if you can find them at retail or less. So go check out Amazon and buy whichever ones are priced accordingly, and I'm going to keep an eye out for Robin at a good price. And I think that's all I've got to say now. But I will be reviewing Artemis also shortly, and hopefully I'll be picking some more up in the future. And I hope you like this review. And that's it, guys. So I'll see you in future reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.